Yum yum. So good. Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel, my kitchen Irish. Right guys, so for today we will be baking again, and I have been planning to bake this for ages, and it's just today that I already have the courage, but not really the courage. So it's just today that I decided to prepare all the ingredients, and we will be baking cinnamon roll. So before I will proceed with this cooking video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, My Kitchen Irish, and if you can also share to your family and friends, that would be great. Right, so there are three things that we have to remember for making or baking the cinnamon rolls. So first is we have to prepare the dough, right? And second is for the filling, and third is for the frosting, which is the toppings of our cinnamon rolls. All right, so for this part I will just show you what are the ingredients for our dough. All right, now I've been reading a lot of different recipes for cinnamon rolls because I don't have any clue about what are the exact, or what are the ingredients that we have to use in baking cinnamon rolls. So it's not really my recipe, guys. I only just Google the recipe and I'm just making them, or I will be baking them based on what I googled, because I'm not because I don't really know exactly the ingredients for this one. So right now, as what I've read, there are different kinds of flour. Yeah, so for this type of cinnamon roll, or for this type of baking, or for this type of bread, because I think this is still part of a bread, right? But yeah, 'cause it's still because we will still be using a flour, right? What is the best advice, right, that I really paid attention to is using a bread flour. Normally I will be using an all-purpose flour or plain flour to bake, or to, if I'm gonna make a bread or cake, or banana bread. But for this particular cinnamon roll, it's really advised that we have to use the bread flour. And the reason for that is because they have more protein in this bread flour. And with that protein, it makes the cinnamon roll very soft and fluffy, right? And gooey. Right, so that is the main ingredients for the dough, which is our bread flour, and we will be using 3 cups of bread flour. And also we will be using a milk. So 3/4 cup of milk is equivalent to 177 ml. So I have to convert that to ml because I don't have a 3/4 cup. It's only like 1/4, 1/2, and yeah, so I don't really have a 3/4. And also, by the way, guys, for the milk, it is also advised to at least use 2% or semi-skimmed milk. And the milk should be heated 110 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? The temperature that is not really too hot, it's not really too cold. And we will also be adding a 1/4 granulated white sugar, okay? And then we will use 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk, okay? And then we will have a fast action dried yeast. So this has also been advised that it should be fast action rather than the one that you will wait to bubble. So this is more better if you will be baking a cinnamon roll. So I used 7 grams because this is already equivalent to 2.5 teaspoon of yeast. And lastly will be our salt. So we will add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And last but not the least is our butter, which is 1/4 cup of melted butter. So we will melt this butter in a second. So these are all the ingredients for our dough only. Now we will start to prepare our dough. Right guys, so we will now prepare our dough. So to prepare our dough, we will put the heated milk into a big bowl, and our yeast, and then our sugar, our 1 egg and 2 yolks, or 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, and our melted butter. And we will mix all together the liquid ingredients. So look at that guys. So we will now add the 3 cups of flour. 2 and 3. So that's the 3 cups of flour. And now what we're going to do is to mix all together. And because I'm not using an electric mixer, so we will be kneading this by hand. So at this point, we can just first try to knead inside the bowl. And because it's still a bit very, what they call this, sticky, so we will add more flour. Okay. So now I am just making this dough. I just need to knead, so I will just knead with my hands. Right guys, so that's it. That's our dough, and we will put it back in the bowl, big bowl, and then we will let it rise at least like double size of this dough. Okay, so I'm gonna spray the bowl so that it won't stick, and also I want the dough to have this oil, and we will cover our bowl. So we will wait up until 1 hour to 1.5 hours for the dough to let it rise at least double size. Okay, so that's ready. Right guys, so our dough is already doubled in size. So look at that. It's really nice to look at the dough when it's already double in size, because that means that the yeast is working, or yeah, it really does the job, right? So I'm really happy with this one. So yeah, look at that. So we will set this aside, okay? And then we will prepare our filling for our cinnamon roll. Right guys, so for our filling for our cinnamon, of course, we will be using cinnamon, right? So this is our ground cinnamon. And we will be using 1 tablespoon and half, or 1.5 tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay, and then our dark brown sugar. So we will add both the ingredients and we will mix all together. So look at that. Okay, so the brown sugar and the cinnamon is now mixed. So we just want to make sure that they are well combined. So our filling is already ready. So we will now go to the next step, which is to roll our dough, and then we will put our filling. Okay, right guys, so we are now ready to make our frosting. So there are 4 ingredients for this, for our frosting. So first is our cream cheese or soft cheese. Okay, so for our cream cheese guys is 3/4 cup, and we also have 3/4 cup of icing sugar or powdered sugar, and then we have 3 tablespoons of butter, which is not melted. Okay, and we will be using just 0.5 or half teaspoon of vanilla extract, okay? And we will be using an electric mixer. So I'll first add all the ingredients to our cream cheese. So any soft cheese will do. And then our butter. Make sure that the butter is not melted, okay? And our icing sugar or powdered sugar. And just half teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now we're ready to mix all the ingredients. Just gonna make sure that all the ingredients are mixed. Right guys, so that's already our toppings or frosting for our cinnamon roll. And it's not really so sweet because I didn't really put a lot of icing sugar. Instead of like 3/4, I only have like half of it. So it really depends on you if you want to make it more sweet or not. Right guys, so our dough, look. I love it when I look this, when it's doubled in size, it really looks a success. So I will give you a closer look. Look at that. So take out all the air from the dough. You'll just have to do like that. And then, okay, so now we will start to roll our dough, okay? Right, so I think you can see. So the dough should be, there's like a thickness that is advised. Okay. Right guys, so that's already our dough. I'm just trying to tidy up. Right, so I don't know if it's if this is right, but I think it is. So now, before we will put the what do you call this, the filling, which is the cinnamon roll, we will first put butter on top of our dough, and we should be generous when it comes to our butter. And the butter should be at room temperature. It shouldn't be melted, okay? Make sure that all the dough has the butter on it, because this will also make the bread or cinnamon very tasty, so that it won't also stick when you're putting your cinnamon filling. So that's already with butter on top. So now we have to spread our cinnamon filling, which is the mixture of brown sugar and our cinnamon powder. Okay, so first we just want to sprinkle on top, and we will rub with our hands once it's already coated, or once everything already have the evenly cinnamon powder or filling. Just trying to be careful, and we have to use all of them, right? We shouldn't be wasting any cinnamon filling, right? That's everything. So now it's time to just rub them, okay, so that it will be evenly on top of the dough. Okay, sure that the tip also should have it. Okay, right guys, so now it's ready to roll our dough. This is the hardest part because you should have a technique on how to do it. So let's just do like that, right? Just roll. So roll over. We will just seal the tip of this. Right, so I have here we have two glass baking tray. So I will just put butter, spread the butter so that it won't stick when it's already cooked. Okay. And the other one. And by the way, guys, this is my first time to bake cinnamon rolls. So let's see if I know how to do it. Right, so we have two glass baking trays. So now we will just cut our, what they call this, dough into how many pieces. Right, so this is how we do it. And so look at that, guys. And we will do it like that. Okay, there we go. Look at our dough. And the other one here. So right, so look. So now we will cover them again, and we have to wait for 30 to 45 minutes to rise our dough with the cinnamon filling. Okay, right, guys, so now it's already baking time. So I transferred the dough into a bigger baking tray, because the other one looks like small and it won't double the size. So this is our cinnamon roll that is ready to bake. So we will be baking this for 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes, okay? So our cinnamon roll is already cooked. We will just wait and let it cool for 5 minutes, and we will put our topping. So it's now ready to put our toppings for our cinnamon roll. Okay, so we have here the toppings that we just made earlier, and we should be generous in putting the toppings on top of the cinnamon rolls. Okay, right, so this is the closer look, guys. And this is how you will put your toppings. And as I've said, we should be generous. Okay. So that's our cinnamon rolls with the toppings. So this is our, look at that. Right, guys, so it's time to taste. Yummy. Look. It's not really so sweet. It's so good. So it's a success for baking this cinnamon roll. I'm gonna end it here now because I'm gonna finish my cinnamon roll. And I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or any questions, just please leave your comment down below. And don't forget, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.